Good afternoon. This is Jupiter Exile, and this afternoon we're going to be trying out Rain World. This came to me heavily recommended by a friend, so I've had it wishlisted for a while. Went on sale pretty recently, and I understand they have an upcoming Downpour DLC. I don't know much about what to expect here, except that this is some kind of survival-oriented, puzzly, platformy type of thing, which is a lot of genres that I tend to like and a lot of things that interest me, so let's try it out. Oh, do we have classes? Okay. Weak of body but strong of spirit, in tune with the mysteries of the world and empathetic to its creatures, your journey will be a significantly more peaceful one. This might actually be difficulty selection. The hunter, fierce metabolism requiring a steady diet of meat. Path the hunter is one of extreme peril. Looks like this is also grayed out, so we can't even pick that. I'm gonna try the survivor. I'm assuming this is a difficulty setting thing. Probably might relate to the aggression of creatures. Hmm. You always get a bad feeling when the game starts in on innocent woodland creatures. That's not gonna stick. Something's about to go wrong. I hope the game audio is all right. If anybody's tuning in live, please let me know. Okay, catch and hunt these moth-like things. Uh-oh. It's that otherworldly trill to the music. But it's not like a dreadful bend about it. It's just evoking a certain strangeness. Okay, here we are. Move around, we kind of automatically clamber. Stick move, X is to pick up and eat, B is to throw, and A is to jump, and that's what we've got. Well, I think I can pick up this rock, actually, right? Can I not? No? Doesn't seem so. Alright. Oh, and we have a map. Sort of. We know very much about this room, and that's about it. Yeah. Okay, I can't necessarily get these little bugs. Oh, okay. We can go underneath things. Andy, you are hungry. Find food. Let's see. All right. These blue things look like food, but I don't think I can reach them. Are you food? You probably are. You don't seem to like my presence. You're wary of me, aren't you? Looks like we can get in through here. What is it doing? Looks like it might try to shoot something at me if I'm careless. Oh. Or is it explaining something to me? Ah, okay, I can climb this. You're a helpful little explainer guy. What's over here? Ooh, you pointed me to food. You're a good thing. Now. Gotta hold down the button to eat. 4 is enough to hibernate. Additional food is kept for later. Alright. Well, where else can we go? What else is there to find? Oops, didn't mean to fall. Okay. Falling damage is not bad, then. So what about going over here? Or over here? Oh. Leap the gap? Oh. Is our jump better while we're holding down? Huh. Is it just a factor of holding A makes our jump better? Huh. Okay, so we get into the crouching stance with a single tap, then we prepare to jump. Okay. And I'm presuming that works all the time? Oh, did our back kind of arch there, like a cat does? Oh. Huh. This place is safe from the rain. Stay here to hibernate. Hmm. So I'm not sure just yet if our time is genuinely limited or not. We can fit into very tight spaces. Food and shelter to be found. Beware of predators. Got it. Objects can be picked up, carried, and tossed. Doesn't seem to be anywhere through that. Whoop. What is it referring to? Ah, I see. Got it. Indicated food this way. Okay, well, we're well fed now. What are you indicating? Is he indicating that spikes are dangerous? I'm assuming they are, so I'm trying not to land on top of them directly. Let's see. Okay, you're indicating that there's a thing up there. I'd kind of thought there might be. Ooh, this is a spear. That seems good. Can I jump up this or not? No, it's a lateral jump. Let's go back down through here. I'm going to keep the spear with me. Let's see, so I throw it with B. That'll be important to remember. Okay. A lot of ways to go. Oh, that looks like a bad thing. Whatever that green guy is. Oh my goodness, there's so many different ways to go. Oh. Can I not go down there? Excuse me? I lost my spear! While running away from this thing. There's another one. Okay. Can you guys climb? Yeah, lo-fi Emmy flashbacks. Nice. Yeah. Excuse me? Better hold on to some things. What's up over here? Here is a strange energy. Oh? Can I eat it? That has been my way of interacting with things so far. Gotta watch out for strange energies. Yep. I think maybe like this. There we go. This looks like it's a safe hibernation place. Hibernation achieved, complete with spear and flower. And we're fairly well fed. But I'm still not sure what to expect or what I need. Okay, so the flower's gone now. But the spear's still here. Let's see, what do we have here? Something predatory over there. Is there food over this way? Thank goodness for this strange thing that's definitely leading me to food. Oh. Can I climb up this? No? There we go. Skitter away. Come on back here. Whoops. Yeah. There we go. That looked edible. It said earlier as an omnivore. Okay, I have more or less lost track of where I am and where things are in general. I remember this room, though. Given that I remember it, it's a bit less interesting than some rooms that I don't remember. But perhaps boring is good. Oh, actually, where does this lead? Okay, I've been here before as well. Yeah, this is going back to the first area. Oh, I suppose I have a map, don't I? Okay, yeah. What are those blue spots? I presume the blue spots are food or prey. And I can look around like this. Huh. Okay, so the little gate thingamajigs are where I can hibernate. But I'm in no hurry to do that, so I feel like it would be better to be higher up. Certainly if the rain is a concern. Yeah. No, don't need to go this way. Plenty of ways to get around after all. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. Hey, hiya. We're going back up over this way. Okay, so I think I want to go up, then probably to the right, because I haven't been this way. Ah. Slipped. Yep, come on out. Yeah. We got this. Oh, they're fighting each other. I guess these guys do that. Am I running out of time? The little ticker was like only one pip was open. Let's see, I could hibernate again. Where else could I explore? It seems like I haven't found very much to the left. There's blank spaces over there. Yeah, this is a large room after all. Large room with some aggressive stuff down there, isn't there? Right? Oh, it's all the way up there. It's probably fine then. Let's sneak by here. What do we got? This looks interesting. What are these? I can grab one. Oh, whoops. That is not the right kind of tasty. I found some shrooms. Woo! Okay, there we go. Okay, in these tight spaces, I have actually, like, near perfect maneuverability. Okay, let's see. Hmm. Another one of those kind of purpley looking things. Makes an electric humming noise. Okay, I see. There's like a big old thingy here. Yeah, it goes in all sorts of directions. Can I go up here? Doesn't seem so. Blocked up, maybe? Hmm. there might be a big flying thing over there. Looks possibly dangerous. Have I been this way? Not yet. A lot of these areas look familiar. Okay. Can he smell me? Is there a wall jump? Oh yeah, there is. I see what I need to do, more or less. This is a tricky jump. Rather, I think I see what I need to do. So it looks like there's a bit of pipe hanging from the ceiling. Nope? Okay. I can't hold down the button there. Oh, should probably just do this. Making things more complicated. Oh, wrong button. Have I been here? I suppose I have. There's a lot of food here. Hey there. Let's see. Oh, I think the rain's coming soon. I need to find a way. I need to find a safe spot. I don't actually remember where the closest safe spot was. Might be a couple screens back. Uh-oh. This might be bad. There was one up in here. Oh, I need to fall down. Oh my goodness, I can't perceive almost anything. Oh no. I think I am about to drown. Uh-oh. It was in one of these things here, right? Well, maybe it doesn't matter anymore. The rumbling is so difficult to deal with. Yeah, I think that's it. Ugh. Oh, I had collected an extra life. Okay. Huh. So that's what those things are. Yeah, cycle 2, outskirts. Let's go get food. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's still coming. for me. I'd like to get a little bit more, please. Here's company. Ah, it's down this way, eh? Oh. This looks like a nice place, except for the fact that something's coming. It is, right? Excuse me? Uh-oh. Huh, it didn't get me and then it left. It's like it couldn't fit in there or something. Ah, I can't eat while I'm climbing. Oh, I'm already full. Come on, leave me alone. You two fight each other. Well, I'm not going that way, you silly little indicator. It's clearly not a fun place. Okay. Let's try more leftish, maybe. No? Okay. Okay, I can use this kind of... Get in there. You can do it. You're a slug cat thing. Ah! Go get the fruit. I threw some fruit over. Ah! Let me go. Let me go. Okay, so it's pretty instantaneously. Okay, so we didn't have an extra. So what happens here is we kick back a cycle. No, it's still cycle 2, but we lost, like, a score or something. Something like that. Okay, so we do need to be pretty cautious about predators. Let's see. This is a big one. It's juicy. Okay, well, we're fed. Let's go rest. That seems to be the loop. I'm wondering if at some point we'll grow big enough that we've unlocked some different options. For better or for worse. Like, maybe we can get too big and it'll cause us to not be able to fit into pipes. Or maybe we can get big enough to fight back against some of these things that are tough. Or at least not get instantly thrashed around. Okay. Oh yeah. Don't leave home without your spear. Hmm? That's new. Is there a family member out somewhere? Oh, food. Hmm? Come into my grabby hands. Okay, we're fed. Do I actually have a means of getting over there? There we go. So I can certainly keep going back to the same resting point. I don't know. I feel like there are reasons not to, but I don't know what those reasons are. I want to go to the other rest point I had found before, because it's higher up, and I can tell that things flood from the bottom. So I think being higher up is beneficial to my survival. Oh, it says cycle 3 now. Hmm. Let's see, the higher rest point I had found, it's up this way and then higher up from here. Here we go. Yeah. I even have a backup spear here. Hmm. Yeah, what are you anyway? Who knows? So I get the feeling that hibernating is basically giving us like a checkpoint. Oh, you're a different color. There's more than one of these things? Oh boy, that's stuff. You're trying to show me something. Hmm. That is dangerous. Don't you come on up over here. I don't need that. Oh, they can totally climb. Let's go through here. Excuse me. Can you go up these vents like this? As if they can, it doesn't seem they can do it very quickly. Okay, it looks like my proper exit to the screen is on the top left. So let's get up here. Yeah, it seems to be. I also need to be well fed. And I need to not get eaten. Okay, What are you trying to show me? Is it up this way? Hmm. There we go. Hmm. Huh. Well, that's very interesting, but how can I get through there? Is there? Looks like there's a vent thing down there, but it doesn't let me go down in. It seems like I can reverse myself and then maybe kind of. No, can't get a lot of momentum there. All right. Can I go through anything on this wall? Oh, I see. I see. If I just latch and then jump. Nope. Touchy. Maybe. Oh. Oh, what the? Is this like a water lock thing? Okay. It's some sort of gate. It's like a mechanism. Oh. Is this... Should I hit that with the spear? Wait, is that popcorn? Can I eat it? Can I stand on it? Okay. Well, I can't find out how to interact with it beyond that. Maybe it'll attract bugs that I can eat. I see there are a few of these things around. Well, we've certainly found a new area. Yeah, I'd like to hibernate. Here we go. Yeah, I'm thinking that hibernating is like a means of saving the game. And if you get killed, you get kind of kicked back. Oh, it looks like there's only one more notch above me. And I'm proceeding to that notch now. Oh, and there's something to the left, the survivor. Oh, that's the like class or the difficulty we went with. This is definitely one of those games where like figuring out the interface is part of the game. Like you're definitely supposed to understand from context clues like what you're doing. Okay, so I see that thing that I had popped earlier now looks like it's basically spoiled or whatever. It's not climbable. What are you trying to show me? I make this jump, perhaps? I'm gonna keep going as high up as I can manage. Latch on, come on, there we go. I want to get that bug. Get back here. Aha! It grabbed a bolt instead of the bug. Aha! You're mine. Get out of here. Yeah. Okay, so as long as it doesn't get a good bite on me, I can be okay. And this is prime hunting grounds. Uh-oh. We don't need to be here. Excuse me. Just scuttle on down. Ooh. It's one of those. Ah, got it. Okay, let's see. That just cycled me back through. Ah, this is just lower. It's not an important place to be. The movement in this is certainly interesting. Yep. Uh-oh. Huh. That thing is screwed, isn't it? What do we have here? Is this edible? Oh, that's edible. These aren't edible. They're noisy. Time to go rest somewhere. Let's see, the last spot I found to rest, yeah, was a good bit down lower. Yeah, it's true, it's true. It's an interesting sort of fussy. You certainly have mobility, but I've never felt better about going into like little cramped spaces in a game, which is interesting. Okay. So going up to the limit is not necessarily the best thing to do because there's a big angry bird thing up there. Well, I mean, he's probably not angry, but he looks hungry. So I'm going to try going to the right, like up and to the right about as much as I can. Oh, just Ah. The pounce is certainly tricky. Yes, yes, I know. That's what I was trying to do. Aha. Blue ones. That's new. Faster? Maybe. Ah. Whoops. Oh, does it start like drip dropping when it's getting close to rainfall? That makes sense. It's kind of drip dropping all the time now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm not here. No, ignore me. Okay. Well. Yep. Yeah. Am I gonna regret falling down here? Uh-oh. You heard nothing. He can't climb up here. Can he? He slips. Yep. Parkour! Yep. If he can't get up here, I have time. Oh, he can get up here. Just takes him a while. Really glad I figured this out before then. Oh no. Yep. That's fine. Check out over there. I'm sure there's a slug cat if you keep looking that way. Okay, okay. So we've got a couple of those blue guys waiting over there. They seem feisty. Come on, I'm sure you have something better to do, right? He does not have anything better to do. Yes, that's it. Fall down, both of you. Cool. This is like a tank, or there's like a conveyor belt there. Wait, there was a bug there. Lots of them. Don't you run away. Ah. Got one. Seems like I could get to a lot of places from this room. Something dangerous above me? Got it. Okay, it's like way high up there, isn't it? Oh, that's new. A white and black one? Oh, it camouflages. Okay. Ah! You're a little too good at this. Okay, no good with that. I see a route. Through here. And then up. Uh-oh. I am not outpacing this thing. Ah! That's quick! Okay. We had a yellow flower. Okay, so it seems like our ultimate goal is definitely traversal. The like gathering food is like a side quest. Well, it's like a necessary stay alive kind of side quest, but I mean, hey. We are traversing levels and trying to, get through here alive. The visual cue for, like, being ready to pounce is a little subtle. There we go. Like, we can just eat the fruit at the end of this hall. To, like, be okay. I think that's part of what's indicated by the survivor difficulty as opposed to the hunter difficulty. I think on the hunter difficulty, you can only eat meat. Things like spazzing out. Oh, I think I just go down through here. Yep. Okay, so I checked out up before. Ah! Where does this go? Oh. Well, that's kind of handy. Don't mind if I do. Get looped, chump. Okay. It's a little difficult to track all of these tunnel shortcuts, but man, they are useful. Where do you connect to? I don't know. It doesn't matter. What's this pearl? This looks neat. I want it. Okay. It's not food, but I want it. Okay, so we're high up, which means be frickin' careful. I haven't been off to the right. Oh, I guess that shows where I died? Probably. Okay, so this is the second, like, tower of the industrial complex. Okay. These link. Okay. I'm fed, right? I'm fed enough. Where does this put me? Okay, so it looks like I might probably want to go down. I'm assuming that, like, down a bit and to the right is a unique destination. Okay, so let's go here. Yep. What is that? Like some kind of... This is new. I'm in, like, a different layer. It looked like it might have been some kind of scanner. I don't know. There's, like, graffiti on the walls here. I wonder if there are, like, people. Just in general. If people exist. Good flipping question. Hey, thanks for stopping by. This is my first time on this. I'm checking this out. It's very interesting. There's a lot of mystery going on. Can I fit in here? No, looks like it's blocked. Yep. Okay, well, let's take the middle one then. That's the mystery of it all. I want to find somewhere to rest. I'm kind of clambering on a long ways. Oh, uh-oh. Something dangerous here? Dangerous down there. Oh, that's a new type of creature. And an old, dangerous type of creature. Getting into some cramped spaces now. I don't have my little guide dealies around. It's been a while. Okay, those two connect. This connects. Climb up here. This thing here looks like food. Hey, I can eat you, right? Yep. Scooch, 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 scooch. Oh, that thing on the right. Is that a decoy? And that bug. Are you tasty? How about... Does that thing want to eat you? My spear's stuck in the wall. It ain't budging. Okay, this is different. Oh my god, we just keep on going, don't we? I'm worried about when the rain is going to become a factor again. So we've been like... It hasn't been problematic for a while. So I feel like I'm due. Ah, good. I feel better if I'm holding something I can throw. Just like marginally better, but a little bit. Looks like I can probably pounce this gap if I can just turn around. There we go. It's like a long centipede thing there. Or is it a lot of things? It's long. Longer than I feel safe about. Ah! It did something to me. There was a crackling noise. I kind of panicked. How far back is this? Oh my god. There's gotta be a point along this route that I'm not catching that is, like, somewhere I can rest. It's like, that was seriously a lot of traversal. Taser centipede, yep. Well, now I know why I should worry about those things. Well, first things first, let's eat. Simple enough. Okay, I do want to see what's to the right of here, but it seems as though, generally speaking, aggressive creatures are going to ward me off from that. Yeah, Don't even worry about it, bro. I'm too fast for you. Ah! Bees! Okay. Yeah. Got out of that mess, but let's leave those things alone. Oh man, I was worried I was going to be dead again. Okay, but nonetheless, I kind of got to get through here. I mean, there are other routes I can take, I'm sure. I think I took a different route last time, and I don't remember what was different about it. Ooh, hey, food. Here, food, 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 food. Give me your food. Yep. Okay, we're fed. Okay, yeah. This is about the routing I had taken before. And then I think I had gone down through one of these, right? No? Is that not right? I don't know how I actually connected from down here. Oh, I see. It was one room down and then on the lower right. Well, I think I see a spear that I would kind of like to have. There we go. Okay, so it's down here. Ah, right, right. You go down here and then the exit's like different for reasons that aren't clearly discernible, but whatever. And it pops you down in here. And then from here, I think it was something like... Oh, wrong. Oh. This to here, and then we pounce. Oh. And then I get worried about that. You know, I'm going to let that thing do its thing. What are you? Should I actually worry about you or not? It looks like it's just some kind of broken mechanism. Okay. I can't really figure out any kind of interaction with it. Hmm. Try to catch it? Sandbox item unlocked. Huh. Okay. I didn't need to throw my spear at it, but oh well. Hey there. Not much. Playing through Rain World. Have not played it before. Right now we're crawling around an industrial complex trying to figure out where to go, like ideally where I could rest. So these like white fly looking things are similar to before when I found that pearl looking thing. I think it was the center one here. Yeah, it's very intriguing so far. So I still haven't explored the area to the left here, so let's take this one. Is this connecting to the same dang room? That is the same room, yes. Okay, well, we explored. Yep. Come on. Sure I can get down here, right? Can I not? Yeah, I know I can go down through this. Come on. Go. There we go. Okay. I think violence may very well be imminent. I believe I had a conflict down here-ish. Oh, right. This was... There were two creatures fighting with each other last time I came through here. Let's get through here very quickly. This is one of the camouflaged ones hanging out up there. Okay. And this is just before I ran into the centipede things. Okay. We've got this nutritious-looking guy. Take hold of you. Excuse me. We're going on a trip. You and me. Okay, so this time, that hole is not... Okay, no, there it goes, there it goes. I think it's still like a decoy pole. Somehow sinister. Yeah. Much of the game is about trying to figure out what the... Oh, we can do a roll thing. How do we do that? That's kind of neat. Okay, it looks like I can't crawl under that rubble. Uh-oh. Okay, well I've been looking around everywhere for a spot to rest. Give me a break. As soon as I find one. Turn around, turn around. Come on, turn around. Yep. Actually, can I... Okay, so I couldn't pause. I wanted to see if I could disable the screen rumble. There's nowhere to go up through here. Ah! I've been looking this entire time for somewhere to rest. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. It's just... I can't see or move and... Oh, this is scripted, isn't it? No, it's not scripted? Okay, so... That came on really suddenly, and we didn't have to wait to drown, it just killed us. And we're pushed back really far. There's gotta be a checkpoint I'm not finding. You tutorial goon, you are not doing your job. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking that if it's in the open, it'll rain to death. It's kind of the logic of it. Yeah. Yeah, I've been in one of the flooding rooms before. I couldn't find a safe spot. No, no, not quite the right spot to grab that. If I can do this. There we go. I don't know. I need to take this up, don't I? One, down another, over here. Heading over this way. Oh, flower. Cool. Yeah. Wait. This is actually a safe room, isn't it? Oh my goodness. So there's a safe room up here the whole time. I just need to get more food. Okay, checkpoint get. I think last time I was here, I just went straight down instead. Is that a predator down there, or was that food? It was a predator, but there is food in that hallway. Yep. Okay, now let's go up there and hibernate so we get the checkpoint. And then we can keep going on through the second tower. I'm assuming there's probably a spot in the second tower that's also appropriate for hibernation. Yep. Wait, it didn't connect the same way. I need to keep going higher up. Yeah, it was another room above this one, wasn't it? Ah, not that far. Yep. Ah, jump. Here we go. Barely got it. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I was really getting the feeling that I had probably missed something, because it was snapping me really far back. Okay, good little rest. Oh, we got another little scene. These are cute. Okay. I think this knocks me back up. We're one tier short of Survivor. It's got 2 pips to the left filled in. It is possible to hibernate with less than sufficient food. However, the game will not be saved. Okay, interesting. There are also other significant drawbacks. In a shelter, hold down for several seconds to force hibernate. Okay, well that is certainly not part of the game plan. Ah, the food here hasn't grown back yet. Cycle 7, still industrial complex. Yeah, so it seems to me that I see the cycle is independent of the location. You can progress locations and progress cycles separately. Hey, buddy, excuse me. Nope, not that one. Okay, let's wait for that guy to make a choice. Faces are like crackly. Okay, let's see. With him right there, I don't really want to progress on through here. Let's see, if I did... What's my route from there? Just need to wait a bit. Fighting each other a little bit, but I've never seen one of them actually take the other out. Please just go through the gate on the left. You're not doing that. Okay, go down, go down. Awesome. Ah! No lunch on the go. Okay. Let's keep moving. I still haven't been able to check what's on the right side of this room. It's blue. It's a blue thing. It's an inedible blue thing. Well, I have a vague interest in whatever that might be. Oh, something incoming. If you would just scuttle on off to the right, that would be best for everybody. Okay. I was hoping you would go low and right, because I still haven't seen what's at the mid level there. But oh well. Hey, buddy. Thanks for the pick-me-up. Which, I mean, it's kind of a pick you up, as in I pick you up, and then you die. Okay, so I don't remember if I've checked the right side exit of this room. Need to be wary. There is definitely something up above me. Yep. Okay. Oh, there's a shelter. Below me? Please point more clearly, guy. Come on, my little tutorial dude. Is it connected to this? Well, I have very little time to figure out. Okay, so there's probably a shelter connected to this room. What have I not figured out about this place? A lot. Great. This little pointer dude is gonna keep taunting me about, like, yeah, there's totally a shelter back over here. I think I have a guess. Is it back through here? You know, it's gotta be in this room that I've never made it over to, isn't it? Like, this little dealy bopper over here. Uh-oh. Take the blue thing. Nobody needs it. I'm sure it's optional. Damn it. There's an offshoot on the left side of this room that I haven't checked. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Where am I on the screen? Okay, I see. Oh, it's just between those two things. Okay, that doesn't do much. Oh yeah, I had not thought to consider this game a Metroidvania because we never get any kind of power up. I'm thinking of it as a puzzle platformer at the moment. Just, excuse me, you guys. Take a quick moment to grab the pearly thing. And then I'll just be on my way. So it's like a Metroidvania in the way that Spelunky is kind of a roguelike. Well, I mean, Spelunky is actually a roguelike because in Rogue, you're not supposed to be stronger between every playthrough. Oh, crap. I still don't know about any shelters next to this. Oh no, come on. That just leads to somewhere else on the same screen. I see. If it's triple lines, it leads to another screen. If it's an arrow, it leads to same screen. Now I know. I learned something. Get up. Oh, this is just mushrooms. There's nothing useful here. I can't even move. All right, so I can't go that way. That was not very clear. Yeah, all right. Okay, let's see. At least I'm checkpointed this time. Yeah, I kind of figured. Yeah, there's certainly something to be said about knowing the fast routes through these things. Let's have a spear with us, just because. There is always a baddie down that little pipe stretch. And I always want to check it out, but I never get to. Yeah. Okay, so I can't quite make that jump. Oh, come on. You got this. I don't want to get this. Noted. Let's go up through here. I'll take this one. Nope, we didn't actually want to do that. Oh yeah, I couldn't get through this room before because of bees. Okay, this is the room with the weird pearl thing. I'm still mildly engaged by what the heck this is. But I actually need food first. So let's take a moment up here to grab some things to eat. Hey there. And we'll make sure we're not exposed for too long, because that might happen. Let's get the heck on out of there. Yep. Oh, come on. There we go. Whew. I think this is about where it was starting to rain last time. Uh-oh. Oh, those are the different kind of creatures that we've seen. Huh. All right. I wonder if those are nastier predators or if they're just, like, smarter. I would assume smarter. Monkey. Okay, let's see. I see a route up here. Oh. And then, how was I connecting from this room? Previously, I was going through this way. Yeah, they look like they're tool using. They might be able to throw things at me. Let's just head down over here and get myself a serving of delicious and nutritious whatever this is. Looks like a caterpillar. Or a pepper thing. I didn't want to eat the nut. Oh, come on, eat the living, wriggling thing in your hand. Okay, yeah, just throw that. No, no. There we go. That looks like food. Maybe it's not, though. I didn't see my fullness increase. How do they interact? Did you just grab it? You just grab the centipede by the tail. Can I grab the centipede by the tail? I don't know if I want to. Okay. So it looks like the lower right part of this room, there's gas. And at the right part of the room, there's a deadly centipede creature. But I have gotten through this room before. That's looking a bit more linear, maybe. I'm gonna go back a couple rooms. I think there was another spot I could go. Everything's looking hazy, actually. Did I eat something bad? Uh-oh. No, thank you. I think something I ate is not sitting well with me. Yep. Maybe that bug I ate, that caterpillar thing, maybe they're not good for me. Oh, you don't like me. You're afraid of me. We're probably afraid of each other. Ah, how do you kill it? I don't know if that's going to go well all in all, but... Yeah, watching these other guys is informative as heck. I see they kind of grapple with and fight other creatures. Presumably, we can also fight some of these creatures. I just don't understand quite how attacking things works. Apart from, you know, being attacked. That's pretty clear. And I understand throwing stuff. Okay. Ah! I didn't see it. Oh, I didn't see it. I'm dead. Super dead. Can one of these centipedes just take you out? I want to see. Okay, so that's kind of how the centipede fights. The centipede will just follow something and overlap it with a shock. I totally didn't see that guy. He was right on top of the room entrance. Brutal. Oh, I can use my spears as platforms. That's my own spear. Yeah. Check the room more carefully before you step out of your hidey hole. I would say that's a lesson. Oh, something is probably glitching out over there. Oh yeah, that is almost certainly a visual bug. Thanks for the follow. All right. Can I finally actually explore over this way? Oh, we run faster when we're upright. Here. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Why are you taunting me? Oh, whoops. There we go. I think I also accidentally ate a bolt, but it doesn't seem like it's going to mess me up. Oh yeah, this glitch is new to you too. That's weird. Okay, so this is a new screen. So I can move up from here or to the right. Oh, that's a little bit of a guy I didn't finish eating. Jump. Okay, so we've got a green guy. I haven't seen the green ones in forever. Okay. I would like for you two to fight each other. If you wanna... Yeah, he doesn't want anything to do with Camo Guy either. Figures. Okay. I saw him before, and now I don't see him. He's definitely gotta be somewhere. There he is. Okay. I just hang out and wait. Ah, jeez. Yeah, Slugcatless tail sounds pretty nutty. Okay. Oh no. Okay, so now that you've been bothered... There, now get a move on. Go run into each other. Oh my goodness. They're not cooperating. Ah! Yeah, I had to like try to jump over one or the other, and one of them had a tongue. I was hoping the green would move further forward so that I could actually jump over it and go back through. I just couldn't get that to work. Shoot. So if I run all the way down, is that like a full-blown game over? If so, that's pretty old school. Okay, let's see. Hey, come here. What you running from? Yep. Yep. Oh. I had something in my hand. I didn't realize. Oh, excuse me. Got one there, then we take this route. Chomp, chomp. Okay. Yep. Oh! I actually hit something. Cool. Wait, did I go up from here before? I didn't, but it just goes up to somewhere I've been. Okay. Alright, yeah. Okay, so we've got a blue one. Alright, I don't see a stealthy one right now, for all that matters. Okay, moment to get a snack. That's good. Okay, let's see. Okay, so there is a shelter over there. If I can navigate across the right side of this room and... Okay. There are a couple ways to try and do this of varying degrees of safety. I didn't pick the safe one. Looks like I might get to reset with this. Oh, well, that's super nice. Cool, 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 cool. I am super glad the game doesn't have falling damage. Makes sense, you're a slug cat. I mean, like, what's gonna happen if you fall? Just land, that's all. Okay. Oh well, alright. I'm not hungry right now. Not that hungry. I'm always a little hungry, but we can make do. Oh, although there's food over here, I don't need to stay hungry. Yep. Okay. So you were indicating a shelter. Is it up here? Ah, I see. There's just enough fall damage to kill you. Huh. Yeah, it's true that we don't really have a health bar. Nope. Let me get up a little bit. No, not through there. Just, no. Jump for it. Okay, I need to do an upright jump followed by like another jump. You can do this. It's not latching. Okay, whatever. Moving on. Ugh. This almost looks like it would be a boss room. Hey, you. Yeah. Take that. Friggin' greens. Oh. I think I just died. Ah. Yeah, this definitely has the Spelunky feel of like, oh, you hit a wrong button, you're dead. Oof. All right, I got to do a lot of running. That would certainly be the other side of binary fall damage. What was up here? All right, beehives. Oh, did you just throw something at me? Ah! Stay back! Stay back! He threw poop. He threw poop at me. Wait, I didn't attack. Ow. He's throwing rocks. Okay, well. That was like a pouncing attack. How did I do that? It was like down an X. You come down here, I will throw something at you. Promise I will throw something at you. Alright. Sheesh. I did not want to move quite that way. There we go. Alright. Got enough angry lizards to deal with, thank you. Boot up that way? I might need to worry about that. Not getting up there right now. Just get at this. Whoops, wrong button. Ugh. Yeah, I think I like basically stepped right on top of them. They got spooked. Started throwing poo at me. Poo and rocks. Way better than the lizards, though. It makes me wonder if I, like, toss them some food, maybe we could get along. Yep. Right. Okay. Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh. It's true. It's true. Like, you can do a lot of stuff in the game. Oh, no. Oh, dang it. Yeah, I think the AI and the critters are dang frustrating. I think there's more ways of attacking than I've figured out. But you certainly just get randomly cornered sometimes. Yeah. Bit of a pain. I honestly need to figure out how combat controls work. Excuse me. Oh, no! I have mixed feelings about this game. Hmm. All right. I mean, it's not like death is that punitive, so it's not the worst. It's just like, come on. You get some random deaths going. That's true. That's true. Oh, I do wonder how many actual attacks it takes to get one of these lizards to stop moving. Grab a bug. All right, whatever. Fine. Oh, was I carrying something? I hereby lay down my great offering to all of bird kind. Here, just take that. I am somewhat confident that those weird colorful rocks are like important. I found a white one and a blue one. I get a feeling they do something. Okay. All right. Okay. The pearls. Yeah, they look like pearls, so that's probably what we're talking about. Wait, hold on. Is there a... Oh, no. No, thank you. Let's check out if there's anything up here to the left. No. Okay, let's try the third route there. Over here. Does this have any kind of opening, or is this just blocked off? It's just blocked off. Okay. Uh, where the heck can I go now? Is that... The only route I found is blocked off, so... What do we got? What do we got? Can I crawl down through here? Is this, there's nothing there. All right. Okay. Can't carry two spears. Oh, double tapping X puts it in a different hand. Okay. So, from what I found of these guys here, I can theoretically make noise to make it move. I can try running to the right immediately. I think that's what I'm going to try. There we go. I don't know how diligent that guy's going to be. I mean, he's theoretically an ambush predator. Let's see. So whatever this green grub is, the last time I ate one, I think it wasn't nutritious. But I'm going to carry it around anyway and try and throw it at something. Yeah. We've certainly been seeing our fair share of danger. I don't know why our little symbol appeared in the lower left there, but I think it's about the passage of time. Oh! So we threw it and it started making a lot of noise and shaking around. So that could be used as a decoy. Cool. It looks like it stopped making noise, so I can pick it up again and use it for that purpose. Cool. Okay. Into the centipede tunnel. Okay, that did not lure the large centipede in any way. But that is okay, because we've got this low root, and we can just avoid the thing. Mostly. Look, I've got no quarrel with you. You stay there, I'll stay here. Very good. We have an accord. Okay, so these are the popper thingies. Get up there. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not getting that food then. Whatever. Yeah, I wonder if there's any consideration they make before they shock. Like, do they work like bumblebees? Can they do multiple shocks? Do they care? Questions. Okay, so we've got a stealth hunter. But I think either way... Oh, hey, it's the Poral. Yep. I wanted to come on this side anyway. I think I'm going up here. Okay, he's still down in the center. Yeah, go ahead and you can say something about the centipede AI. Okay, we've got a green guy coming in. Come on, go down. Ah! I didn't have time for the inputs to be weird. Looks like he might be just crawling on. Ah, so both the head and the tail can make decisions. Okay, so how are we getting on through here? I still haven't figured out if these guys can smell. Oh. You can sit still on them. You want to interact with that? No? I don't think so. Oh my goodness. How am I getting through here? Ah. Will you leave this room? He's never leaving this room. I can't really grab back onto that. And there's another one. Cool. All right, so while they're fighting, I think I can try and get up out of here. Yeah, greens do not seem to move almost ever, as opposed to the blues, which just like hate everything. Okay, so I haven't really explored this room before, I don't think. Oh no. No. I got held up so long by so many things that didn't want to get out of the way. This on the left is our last room check. Yeah, okay. There's no way out of this, basically. Oh yeah, we can't walk through that water wall, so we're 10,000% dead. Okay. And that kicks us back again. Okay. Item gone. Did that... What just happened to that purple lizard? It ceased to be. Well, that's new. I think this is the room with the hive things. So, I haven't tested to see if I can peaceably walk past these. Last time I threw something at them and it went poorly. Oh, I can just walk under them. Okay. Just don't muck with them too much. Oh, did they just, like, go active? Okay, so don't mess with them while they're active. Okay, we've got a sneaky boy. Cool. Made it through. And this is the one where we need to go. Actually need to go this way, so... Okay, so let's back to this room. Ah. Yeah, you're not coming up here to get me. It's fine. We both know you're not coming up here. Okay. Blue guy. Pretty standard room plan here. So I think it was around here last time where I started to get into some serious trouble. So I haven't. So this is the spot before where I fell. Hey, don't you mess with me. Ow. Come on. Okay. These guys are gonna make it difficult. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, they just messed that thing up. Never seen that happen before. Okay. You gotta give me an exit path, guys. Here, take that. Excuse me. I need to crawl through there. Get out the way. Ah, I got stuck. How do you drop items? Is it down B? Is that drop items? I'm gonna have to figure that out. So there are certain things that I think it's cool to. Okay, that doesn't drop. Down B doesn't drop things. Down X drops things. Got it. Okay. There are certain things that I think it's fine to not have a tutorial for. Like, I think it's fine to not have a tutorial about how to interact with different creatures in the world. I think that's pretty cool. So you can learn that. I think not having a tutorial for basic controls like item dropping is weird. Like, I think that's a very strange design decision that I would not go with if I were building a game. Heh, gotcha. Oh no. I think he didn't see me. Excuse me. Watch out for those blues up there. They could just land on me. I think I might have seen a white over in the like far area over there. I'm not sure, and I don't think there's. Yeah, I did. I totally did. So I can hide down here and hope he passes, but I don't have an item to distract him. Okay, we're good, theoretically. Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Load Runner. I'm not familiar with Load Runner. But I definitely agree this has an old school difficulty feel. Right-hand side is the Long Bridge, and up is some other stuff, but I haven't really found a productive thing up. Okay. I also haven't found it. Can I actually... Maybe if I pounce, I can snag that? No, not quite. If I pass through... with my progress so far, if I pass through 2 regions in 1 cycle, I would absolutely love to find where the nearest shelter is. Okay. There we go. Oh, hey. Oh. No, it doesn't feel like pouncing. All right, whatever. Chomp. Okay, there we go. Progress. The number of times I got stopped on that... I think it was about 4 times I got stopped on that bridge. Yeah, that was fine. That was a good one. Actually, let me grab this before I go. Ah, it's another one of those water lock things. I see. I have to be at the survivor level to go through here. You guys edible? It seems so. I can't grab them. There we go. I'm being extra careful. Let's see. It still doesn't work. I've got a lot of things to throw. I will cooperate with these monkeys. Uh-oh. Sorry, monkey. Oh, blue one. After you, buddy. Ah. I think I got it. Oh. So you really don't care if it's not a spear, eh? Great. Well, that might be handy. I could catch it in the moment where it's going over a bottomless pit. Okay. Let's see. Can't go down through any of these. So this room, I'm guessing they might not come into this room or detect me in that room, because those rooms are kind of like checkpointy almost. Yeah, I guess so. Nope, missed. All right, come here, you. Oh, yeah. All right. Lizard, you okay? All right. Okay. Oh, look, a giant friggin' bird. Hmm. Yep. Too bad for the monkeys. Didn't seem to leave any spears behind. Oh, well, there's a spear. Let's get up here. Can I eat this? I don't like it. Got it. Uh-oh. Yeah, that figures. Oh, this figures too. Awesome. Oh, he's already got a snack, right? Take that. Uh-oh. That's no good. Ah, that didn't work. Is he eating his other friend there? It's cool. Why don't you keep that up? Pop. All right. Anyway, I need food. Monkeys are not having a good day. It's a bad day to be a monkey. Hey, thanks for the raid. Yep. Oh no. Oh no. Everything is terrible. Okay. We've got a lot of work to do to try and get up to level 5 to get through this next gate. Oh, man. Hey, guys, what's up? mind me. I'm just roaming around. Probably gonna use you as a decoy later. Did I just see the shadow of a... Oh, I did. Excuse me. Just, Ah! I'm having a lot of trouble. Okay, there's no way he can fit in there. He's a giant friggin' thing. Oh, they flash and glow based on the proximity of danger. Don't they? Or maybe just on the proximity of any creature. Okay. I haven't tried throwing stuff at these guys yet. Maybe they're kind of fragile? I mean, they do need to fly, theoretically. Whew. Okay. Dang it. Yep. Okay. Something about a spear? I mean, yeah, sure, I could use one. Whoa. Okay, yeah, we cool. Something is over on my left. Great. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness. Just stop it. Everything, stop. Just... I'm very stuck. Okay, I think Tipster guy is trying to tell me to, like, lodge a spear in something to go up higher. Yeah, I haven't... The monkeys I've been able to get calmed down often enough. Okay. Oop. Don't kill me. It's fine. I'm fine. You're fine. We're all fine. Oh, no. Come on. Take a thingy. Oh, you just killed your friend. Wow. Okay, I have not been able to get back towards any kind of food source starting from this place. It's just like every single time, 2 screens to the left, full of dudes. Let's see. Okay, so here is some food. Okay, so that's enough food to get me up 1 level to hibernate. come out of hibernation with a spear. 640. So is there a decent bit of community for this game? So it's not often that I pick up a kind of a random game on sale and I get people cruising by to chat. I will accept tips, yes. I've been stuck in the same general vicinity for a decent bit of time, so... Can't knock that thing down. I feel like there's another way of throwing things that I haven't figured out. Alright. Okay, haven't figured out how to throw things with an angle. That's good, like this nice little dedicated crew. Okay. Yeah, it certainly seems that way. So, I wonder how you get under the bridge and live. Interesting question. There's also some spots up here that I haven't really explored. Oh, have I not gone up through there? I wonder how you get there. It really doesn't like to go spears akimbo. Okay, I know I can spear open those pods, seems to be what he's hinting at. I'll have to figure out how to get up there first. Oh, wait a second. Oh, no, stick in the wall. I can't seem to get it to purchase. Hey there, monkey. Well, that might freak him out a little bit, but we've got places to go. Can't worry all the time about monkeys. Ah, interesting. So part of me's been wondering, what if I just fall off here? Ah, it's just game over. But I know there's a screen there. Come on. Like, I know that there's terrain there. It's like, I guess it's too much of a fall, sure. Alright. I can't just monk slide down the wall. There's no climbing through there. Let's seem to grab onto that. Whoops. It just didn't grab. It was holding up. Yeah, I'm gonna be at level 1 for a long time. Gotcha. There we go. That time I was willing to grab on. Okay. there's our minimum. I would like to be higher than minimum, so... Hey, buddy. Several monkeys! Oh, too bad for that monkey. Oh man, he threw his spear as a last act of defiance. Oh my goodness, he got out. And then he punched the thing. Don't mind me, guys. Just do your thing. Look, I'll go up here. You can deal with that whole mess. Thanks a lot. Have a good one. Come on now. Nom, nom, nom. Okay. Well, I am going to have to get back across that bridge later. Not right away. Okay. Have I been up in the upper left of this? Yes, somewhat. But I don't have a good amount of exploration in that area. Ooh, spear. I so often wind up accidentally going butt first into these various events. It's a good bit slower. That's right. Oh, come on. Last time I came over this way and got through here, it was starting to rain. So I wasn't really able to thoroughly explore. Ah! Sorry, monkey. I'll need to back through here and take the vent back up. Excuse me. Yeah. Gonna take a moment to see if the other buttons actually do anything. You can jump. And, like, look at the camera eerily. Grab and throw, yeah. Alright, let's see. So put me at level 2. Cycle 10. For this nonsense at the industrial complex, I was pretty healthily staying at 5. This place has been pretty bad for my health. Let's see. Whoa. These will basically all crawl over me if I stay still. Don't you notice me? I'm not a thing. Don't worry about me. All I want to do is eat fruits. You know, it seems like they're being guided by these little green things, the same way I'm sometimes guided by a little orange thing. Yeah, I think up over here and possibly here are the other locations that I could maybe reasonably try to get around. Just gonna head up here. It's very strange for it to have gates that are based on your like current performance. Like you can only go through here if you've been this successful without. Oh no, vulture! Get down in there. Woo! And there's a red lizard up in the spot where I want to go to again. Let's see. Red lizard AI is like weirdly skittish. They keep doing they like dance around a lot in the same spot. Dang it. Spear went right over its head. Interesting. Okay. So I've got no way to evaluate, like, what the overall goal of the game is or what the end conditions of the game are. I'm pretty much just wandering around in whichever ways give me a vague sense of progress. Yep, see you later. Red lizard's back. What's that green dot on the wall? Yeah, okay. Here's what I thought. Oh, great. Don't come over this way, you jerk. Okay, this is a bummer. Let's leave this screen. So I haven't been able to grab back onto that thing to get back up this way. There we go. Oh my god, it's just a really tight jump. Okay, so there were some other directions from here that I don't think I've done. So there's theoretically things above this room. And there is a lot of path below this room. I feel there's some productive direction down here. Okay, so I've typically arrived in this screen from the lower right. So an exit to the lower left, it looks like maybe I haven't done. Because there is not an exit on the lower left. All right. Right. Okay, so I've come in here from the lower right, and I've done that a couple times. So I guess how far up can I actually get in this room? I think I've entered this room from like 3 different angles before. Hmm. Okay, and now we've got a stealthy lizard over there, so we're not getting over that way anyway. And there comes another red lizard the other way. I fell hard enough to drop my spear, but not hard enough to die. That's neat. Oh, great. You know, that jump there is probably makeable if I just try hard enough. That's reasonable. Still a little hungry. Here. I want to grab it. Can I spear you? No? Are you sure? Gotcha. Whatever you are. New arenas unlocked. Alright. And that is sandbox item. You know... Okay, I get it. So there's a sandbox where you can literally just spawn in items and, like, see what they do. Can I access that whenever? Is that only, like... Quitting after 30 seconds into a cycle counts as a loss. Hold to eat, swallow objects. Press while holding down direction to drop, double tap to switch hands. At least I get that many hints. Okay. Come at me. Oh, I bounced off. He got me. Hey there. I'm actually just going to go back out to whatever information I actually have. Oh. Okay, so I can look at the stuff from outside of the game before going in. Ah, okay. And I can see gates. So that's the direction outside of the outskirts to the industrial complex that I actually wound up taking. Okay. Jump to throw to switch layers. so... Alright. A couple more things from there I can think about. And that's theoretically where I currently am, the gate that I can't get past so far, and some other stuff I could check out. So if I start a new game, does it preserve all of this like map information? Huh. A playlist of levels, multiple players, and there's a rain timer? Oh, see, the arena is like the actual is like everything's there. Hmm. What's the sandbox mode that it was talking about? If I go into... Okay, so it's got industrial complex, cycle 10, and then I can like try starting... So this will only let me continue. Unless I like full-blown reset. Huh. Let me just run around as the monk. Just to run around for a bit. So we get the same opening segment. Holding R, gotcha. I think I might do that, because getting through this industrial complex has been quite something. Okay, so this looks the same. Oh, we're green. Well, if we can start on the same character, I think I do like this character, so holding R. There it is. Okay, let's check this out. Find another path. Okay, yeah, so I get to see everywhere I've been in a previous life. Interesting. Let's get moving. So I think I understand a bit more about map flow now. And that might be pretty helpful. Okay, so those under areas are expressed as that, in that way. Oh, oops. Very nice of all of you to contribute to my survival. Okay. Pull up. All right. Da, 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 da. Okay, so this first segment is pretty scripted. It is fine by me. Okay, so now we're getting around to exploration. So I am wagering that the pips on the lower left, I'm assuming, is the passage of time or the amount of time available. Okay. So I think this lower section here is maybe the first indicator of something I have not really explored. And is that because it's not traversable? Can't quite see a way to get down there. Okay, let's see. Connected to this. So what about left and then up? So from here, upwards and to the left, we haven't really checked out. Okay, so that's not... We can't climb into those. We can't do that. All right. Okay, so we can try to go extremely to the right, because we haven't done that, or extremely to the left. We've been around there for a while. It seemed like we kind of got stuck. But there's some other stuff over there it looks like we haven't done. Okay. We haven't actually gotten music in quite a while. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to deal with an enemy in one direction or another. Excuse me. Just cut on right through here. Oh, I've seen one of those things before. It was in red. I don't really know how they behave. Well, let's see what might happen with that. Doesn't really seem to be lunging at me or anything. Okay. Right. I feel like there was a shelter somewhat near here. Down this way? Okay, so we need to pay attention to that 'cause it's kind of a terminal. Oh, right, that was not a spear, so it's not going to kill that thing. It's like a bobbit worm type of enemy. I could really use a spear. Let's see. The rest of these not lead to anything, or do they just go to each other? Okay, these are all dead ends except for that one. There we go. Assuming that green can't... Oh, no. Ah, jeez. Well, that green's just going to lumber around. Actually, if it grabs things near the top, can we just go past? And... whatever. Oh, it didn't catch me. Okay. Still haven't tried to mess with one of those yet. Okay. So, relative to here, we haven't checked down or up. Okay, he's hanging out on top of the shelter. Awesome. We take those. We're good. All right. New area to check out. Haven't been over to the left here. Get a snooze in. Okay. Level 3. Okay. So yeah, anything to the left of here, it's all new terrain. So let's see what we can do. I'd feel better if I had a spear. Yeah, so we've still got one of those fakes. I think if I don't try to climb on it, I'll be okay. Yes, that seems about right. You can just go on by. I'm getting in through here. Oh, it's a blue thingy. Collectible! Ah, got it. Take that. No, go. Ah, he wouldn't climb down. That's right. I need to be not holding on to something to get that back down through those. If I'm holding the pole, it won't climb down through that. Okay. Get to eat. And let's move on. That's new. Okay, so he likes to eat the same kind of thing that I do. He eats bugs, at the very least. Do I eat you? Maybe I eat you. You're just a big bug. Well, I don't want to muck with that lizard that's coming through. Peek, this area below here is actually water. Okay. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Oh, we're full. Well, we'll hold on to a snack in case we need to distract something. Okay, so we got plentiful food over here. I feel like I've been in this room before. Not certain. Oh, no, didn't want to do that. This one. Okay, I've definitely been here. Was there another exit from this room? I think there might have been a higher up exit. There we go. There's a weird sound happening. There, go eat that thing. Oh no! Let go! Let go! Yeah, that's it for me. I had been in that room. Okay, so let's see. So, all we found there was like a little loop that led back to the same spot, right? I could go down from here. So I didn't try that. Well, that was aggressive in about the way we thought it would work. This is like a limited opportunity to get free of it. But if we don't have somewhere to go, it's just going to pull us back in. Okay, so we go down from here, and then we're going down in this room. Right, which is the room with the water. Okay. This is new. We've unlocked fruit in the sandbox. Art. Some kind of arena thing. Aha. Do we meet that requirement? No. We need to go hibernate. Okay, but this area is not that bad. I think we can hibernate a couple times and get through there. I just need to remember not to fall into that trap plant thing. Okay. That's just a little hidey hole, right? Come on. Ah. There we go. Ah. Big beetle thing is certainly alarming. Still not certain if it can hurt me. Okay. And there's a successful hibernation cycle. So you just need to run this cycle a couple more times to get up to the requisite level. I think it was level 3. So this will put us to level 2. And then at level 3, we can get through that door. Let's grab the food that's around here. And we can head back to the hibernation spot, being very careful to avoid the trapped hole. There we go. So this will put us to level 3, so we can go back over to the wet area and move on. Whew. Things are pretty friggin' hard to notice when dormant. There we go. More of that green thing popping up. Still don't know what's up with the green one. Okay, let's see what we have over here. Oh, no, we're still to, it's level 4. Man, the swimming animation looks weird. Well, we're fed enough to hibernate. Take that. Freaking thing. I wonder if it'll be there again on a subsequent cycle. I'm assuming it just comes right back. I think it does. So it's kind of a waste of a spear, but oh well. That's okay. Hmm. Okay. A new region to explore. Oh, it actually stayed gone. At least for now. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look. I need to figure out, like, what is the purpose of these and why do they recognize how well fed I am? It's strange. I feel like there's, like, biological monitoring is what's going on. Because it seems as though a lot of the tunnels, the creatures, the little things, the tunnels and the little hologram things both seem reactive to, like, biological life running around. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. The drainage system. Karmic gates. Is that what they are? All right. Whoops, didn't mean to slip there. Oh no. That is a nasty little consequence of a jump. That's gonna start me back on the other side, so I need to like eat more again, so I can get back through there. What are you? Can I eat you? I kept trying to grab it, and I think I grabbed it a couple of times. Squirmed right back out. Alright, well, let me go rest again so I can go to the new area again. Suppose I need to look for a spot to hibernate in the new area we're trying to explore. Shelter, that's right. Is these shelters also react to us being here by, like, locking down? Oh, the friggin' thing is back. I suppose the other way I can recognize them is they don't actually have, like, when they're fully at rest, they don't have little bumps or anything. Whereas all of these other things have growths. What are you? I feel like if I had a spear, it would be food. Let's see, there were a couple spears over here last time. Nope. Let's take a bit of scrap. Okay, here we go. Yeah, the whole thing of that seems pretty weird. To eat. I'm not going to be able to hibernate here if I don't get something. This just drops me inside the water here, right? Okay, so I can spend some amount of time swimming. That is allowed. Oh no, come on. I couldn't get into the tunnel. Okay. So I think I'm gonna close this down for now, but it's a very intriguing game. But being like old school hard as it is, there's a lot of time that is spent playing the game that is redoing the same stuff. And that is very interesting. But I think the game suffers for it. Like it's kind of cool and intriguing. It's an interesting kind of challenge. It's interesting to have these kinds of setups where you will be very suddenly dead, and you have to deal with it. It's a very real, legitimate danger. But you just you get knocked down for like 15-20 minutes of progress by some of this stuff. I literally had an enemy fall on me and set me back by multiple cycles, because if I need to progress, I need to get up to this level of multiple cycles that I've successfully survived. And I'm not feeling that. That's kind of weird. I mean, it's not that it's weird. It's just a lot of doing the same thing. I've been in areas where I've gone through the same like 5 screens 6 or 7 times, and not much of the gameplay changed while I was doing that. So I don't know. The AI and enemy behavior is really interesting. I like neutral enemies. That there are enemies that you can possibly make aggressive, or maybe they're not. The fact that there's basically not a lot of HUD going on is kind of cool. It's just a really punishing game. Like, really punishing. So, that'll be it for that for now. Probably get back to this another time somewhat soonish. Until then, thank you for wandering with me. It's been Jupiter Exile. Have a good day.